want to go through our viewer comments because we had some really, really good ones.
Yeah.
And some pretty interesting ones. So first up, we have Chris Schreiber. We talked about the game Cry Havoc from Portal that's coming out, and we kind of made fun of its title a little bit. Well, he points out the origin of the title actually comes from, it was actually used in Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, if you didn't know, as in Cry Havoc and Let Slip the Dogs of War. You've heard that
Yes,
phrase.
I have.
So, and then he actually went through the origin and the definition of
I have no problem with
each
that.
word.
You see, I'm happy someone did the research, so it's actually like,
cool.
look, we didn't just take a bag of words.
Right, no.
There is
some stuff for that.
There is some.
And then we alluded to also he wanted to know our thoughts on the new Portal logo since we kind of brushed over it.
Well, we found it very interesting. Pretty much we decided that, or from what we discussed, that the new Portal logo is definitely more of a fun logo. While I felt the old one I'd expect the new logo on Imperial Settlers, while I expect the old logo on State 51.
51st State.
51st State.
Yeah. No,
That's pretty much, I think, how.
Yeah, they definitely both lend themselves to different impressions, but I can understand why.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I understand why they did it.
I feel like in terms of how I see Portal, I think this logo a little better represents. They kind of have more of a fun, easygoing. At least that's what they want to give people, less than the we're war military. Blah, 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 blah.
No, I'm not arguing with you there. And
Yeah,
overall, overall, their games do that. They're some of our favorite games.
So we like the old one, we like the new one. They do different things. Shaolin Manny was upset about what I said about Go.
I told you! I told you!
I called Go a bad game. They went through, why I should give it another chance.
Have you given it a chance?
Yeah, I gave it another chance. I actually played it a lot more. No, I didn't play it at all.
So
anyway, look, I was kind of joking. I think Go is actually pretty cool. I actually like those kind of abstract games, but as far as what I really lean towards, it's just not. Abstract games aren't usually my cup of tea. But anyway, Go. Sorry about that. It's Go fans. Tick is great. Also excited for Pandemic Cthulhu. Is going to be buying it because they don't have the original Pandemic. So as we said, perfect fit for them. And they want us to do a playthrough of Study in Emerald because they want to know.
So the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do thumbs. It's not there anymore.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
They want to know how it is.
Hey, if someone asks it, we'll do it. So
we'll
keep an eye out. We'll get
you.
it pretty soon.
Chris Handley, not to be confused with Chris Handy, designer of Paco Game, had some knowledge to drop about Knight models when we were talking about their new Marvel Miniatures line.
Awesome.
First of all, they don't do pre-paints, so we weren't sure if they're going to come
Right,
pre-painted or
right.
not. It won't be. That was it for Knight models. It's actually just one knowledge. Then they also talked about Golem Arcana, reasons why they think the game did not succeed. They were not fans of it, didn't like the quality of the miniatures, didn't like the technology, app crashed, so...
Yeah, no, that's... When I heard people talk, it was mostly because I always heard people said, they couldn't get the app to work, and there's just so many problems there, so...
Yeah. And then finally, both Falcon Ash K and Raphaelis 13 had some really cool tips for Dungeons & Dragons dungeon mastering. They had some really good suggestions. First, for how to speed
Wait, hold on. Are we allowed to hear this?
You're
Because
allowed
you may
to hear
use them.
One's for how to speed up combat. The other one is about adding potions of healing for when people don't always use their healing as much as they should, such as in our group. So I won't get into it, but if you play D&D, definitely you should probably read these comments because they're definitely helpful.
No, and I mean, you in particular, since you actually are the DM.
Yeah, no, I was like, thank you. Please, if you have any more tips for being a DM.
No, you're just like, my group's terrible, please help me.
Yeah, bring them to
I've
us.
actually, on a random thing, I saw a post talking about silly D&D things and then people's responses, which gave me sort of tips of how I should act as a player to you. I need to sort of, not as much just be, if you say there's a dungeon, I'm I'm going to go left and just explore the opposite direction. But to not just make things so straightforward to you, for example. And they said some really funny things that they did because someone brought up. Sort of make things interesting on your end a bit more.
Okay, I like that.
How to interact with certain I don't want to say him right now.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay.